Alright, so 10 minutes ago, the YouTube page for Grand Cross Global posted that Assault Meliodas is coming soon, so we can predict that. Oh, that was loud. We can predict that Assault Melee is coming next week for Global. That's pretty much how they went with Escanor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually confirm that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's going to as soon as February 12, and then I believe he came out just after. So yeah, Assault Melee should come out next week for Global on the 15th-ish. Monday for most people, people in America. For me, it's 16th, but regardless. Should you summon, how to prepare, stuff like that. Assault Melee is a very good unit. And I think that right now, he isn't... Wow, I'm just looking at this picture and really, what did they do? Jesus Christ. Look at the comparison between her and Dariari. What happened here? Oh. Anyways, the Assault Melee, he is very good, but he gets very overshadowed by the One, which should happen, the One did win that fight. But it's very bad for him because he's green. He still gets overshadowed, but it's not his fault. Currently, if you go by his passive, if all allies are demons or those with commitments, when allies take damage, increase stats by 5%, decrease damage, This is the issue. When all allies are demons or those with commitments, you would think that demons, the coolest race in 7 Deadly Sins, and I actually fact-checked that on my community page. I asked, right? What's the best race? 72%. I even voted. 72%. Demons are the coolest characters from 7 Deadly Sins. Yet, there's almost none. I should have had my game open. Let's go. Race. Demon. This is it. Half are Meliodas. And you can't use Meliodas. So you're stuck with Bellion, the 3 Dariaris, which are actually... Blue Dariari is kind of good with him. The Asterosas, which kind of works, but not so much. Fraudrins, which don't really work. Gallons, which don't really work. Handy doesn't really work. Red Melascula is definitely one of his best friends. Blue, not so much. The 15 Meliodas. Monspeed doesn't work because you need to apply the ignites and stuff like that. And then the Red Zal just works in the back. And then you're stuck with the commitment characters, which essentially the only two left are Dro and Gloxinia. Red Glox kind of works. Dro is also one of his best friends. So right now, Melee's biggest issue is a lack of roster. The lack of units that can be used with him. Which, again, demons and commitments, you'd think right now they'd be like, exploding with demons and commitments, but really not. But the thing is, right, this is now. We're talking about currently. But in the future, we're definitely going to get a Zeldris festival, a Estarossa festival. We're definitely going to get Chandler, Cusack, Demon Golfer, which in story shows as unknown, but I'm really hoping that they do make him a demon because, he is a demon. So, but regardless, we are just in the brinks of getting a new Holy War festival on JP, which could be a demon or commitment. So, I don't know. Right now, he is a very good unit. On Ungeared, actually, a lot of people use Assault Meliodas on JP. A lot of people. Still gets stomped by good the ones, but if you're using the Assault Melee, Melascula Droll, if you're facing someone that doesn't have the best the one, you win. Just because they don't output enough damage that they actually kill you twice, or kill Melascula and then kill Meliodas, So you do win on Ungeared. On Geared you get stomped though. Geared, Melee just doesn't work. It's just because you're gonna want to use him with attack crit. He gets just destroyed by the one. And then you want to use Melascula, which also just gets one-shotted by the one. It's just a lose-lose for Geared. But on Ungeared, he works super well even now. And what I think is, if even now he already works super well, imagine Imagine how good he could be if we got actual proper support for him, because when was the last time they even released a demon character? Like, seriously, when was it? Let's go back on Demon's Year. Old, okay, Blue Dariari. That's it. Blue Dariari was the most recent, and then all these other characters are old! They're old! All of them! Including Dro and Gloxinia, which are not even here, right? All of them are old! Outdated units. So, you know, as soon as Melee gets the support, as soon as Melee gets those demons, completely different game. So I think Assault Melee might be a must summon. Like, just I wasn't thinking like this. You can go back. I wasn't thinking like this a few months ago, but if you really just look at it, he's good now. What if he gets support? This is his banner. Don't mind the 4 cameras. This is actually a video people really liked. I actually got a very good amount of views on that one, 220k. But this is his banner, right? And his banner is stacked. Assault Melee, Blue Droll, Sauriel, Tarmiel, Ludo, Red Zeldris, Monspeed. You see, they gave him, right, the units that work for him. And, you know, you get the New Year's characters as well. And Elat for some reason. I mean, I guess they released Balion, so I might as well release Elat. Yeah, you get a very good amount of units here from this banner. Like, it's a pretty stacked banner. No other festivals, unfortunately, because how they're doing is there's a main line of festivals, which is, you know, the one, Goddess Liz, whatever, and then there's now Holy War festivals, which is going to be this separate category of festivals, which not my favorite thing. I think festivals in general, I think, are not the best idea if you really think about it. They're just very exclusive, and of course, every single time they come out, they're meta. And they're kind of predictable, you know, every single 2 or 3 months a new one comes out, meta's gonna shift, but, you know, because back in the day, you never knew if the next new banner was gonna be a super good unit or not, right? Back in the day before festivals, you never really expected, is this unit gonna, you know, this week is gonna release a festival, right? We know a week ahead of time when a new festival is gonna come out, and we're expecting a good unit, right? But it wasn't like that. It was like, well, what's gonna come out this week? Is it gonna be Red Monspeed? Like, you know, we didn't know if it's gonna be a good unit. But now, you know, if a festival is gonna release, we assume they're good. And even though Merlin didn't dethrone the one, she's still a very good unit, right? But Merlin's banner sucks. Sucks. Terrible banner. So if it's between summoning for Assault Meliodas and Merlin, no doubt in my mind, I recommend Assault Meliodas over Merlin any day. Just, Merlin's a very good unit. It's just her banner sucks. Her banner sucks. For majority of people, it's just gonna be terrible. And again, this banner's stacked. It really is. Just Sauriel, Tarmiel, it's so stacked. And you want to use Blue Droll and Red Melascula. Those are his best friends, and the Red Zeldris in the back. Right now, this is the best team. And do I even recommend working on Melascula? I guess. You know, waiting for support for him is not the worst idea. We're definitely gonna get, you know, some Demon Holy War festivals and stuff like that for him. So waiting for support is not the worst idea ever. And they might even start making, you know, a new Holy War festival Zeldris that is direct support for Assault Meliodas. That doesn't sound like the worst idea ever, you know? I don't know. Some support for him comes out and he just becomes a god. So he honestly was one of my favorite units in the game. His lines are fantastic when he attacks. Just everything about him is just fun. I don't know. If you want to summon, but just be aware. Currently, if you're playing geared PvP, he gets shit stomped by the one. Ungeared though, he's quite decent. He does work, and you're not gonna feel like he is getting overpowered in any way. And you do have some options, especially, you know, ungeared PvP. You don't have to give Melascula UR gear or anything like that, because that's another issue, right? Why would you run Assault Meliodas if you already have UR gear for, you know, Escanor, Goddess Liz, Gelfer? Why would you give UR gear to Melascula? even Droll is a reasonable UR gear, right? Droll has 2 good units, and he has really good CC if you want to use him as Link, for Ludociel maybe. But Melascula? You want to give UR gear to Melascula? Like, come on. So, it doesn't make sense not to want to, you know? Keep that in mind. But you can still use, if you pulled Blue Darriere, you can use her. I don't recommend, but you can. Asteros is a decent combo. I do recommend something though, just because I see in the horizon, demon characters are gonna release, and he's gonna be meta. I can see it happening. Merlin did not shake off the meta completely. In general, Merlin on ungeared gets shit stomped by Assault Melee. So, yeah, I do recommend something.